Hi, dear friends, welcome to Langlit Edu. And today we will be dealing with the essay Cultural Industry Reconsidered. Let me begin with the author Theodore Ludwig Wiesengrund. He was born in Frankfurt, Germany, and one of the most important philosophers and social critics in Germany after World War II. His father had a Jewish background, and his mother was a Catholic. His Jewish background proved influential in his later life, and he was a highly gifted student who studied Immanuel Kant and Edmund Husserl at an early age. He completed his habilitation shrift on Danish philosopher Soren Kierkegaard's aesthetics in 1931. He adopted Adorno, the maternal surname by which he is best known. Jürgen Habermas, Germany's foremost social philosopher after 1970, was Adorno's student and assistant. The Institute for Social Research was established by Karl Grunberg at the University of Frankfurt in 1923. Adorno quickly established himself as a leading German intellectual and a central figure in the Institute of Social Research, popularly known as the Frankfurt School. In 1930 onwards, under the directorship of Max Horkheimer, the work of the Frankfurt School began to question orthodox Marxism. Adorno's philosophy is typically considered to have been most influenced by the works of three previous German philosophers, Hegel, Marx, and Nietzsche. His most important philosophical works are: his first major publication with Horkheimer was Dialectic of Enlightenment, published in the year 1947. Minima Moralia, 1951. Negative Dialectics, 1966. And Adorno's magnum opus on epistemology and metaphysics as Aesthetic Theory appeared posthumously in 1970. He died of heart attack at the age of 66. Let's see the important points of the essay Cultural Industry Reconsidered, which was published in the year 1963. The essay was written by Adorno and Anselm G. Rabinbach, and the term cultural industry was coined by himself and Max Horkheimer in their book Dialectic of Enlightenment, published in the year 1947. The term mass culture was replaced with cultural industry because he believes that culture that arises spontaneously from the masses, the contemporary form of popular culture. And why they were against a cultural industry. They believe that in the name of enlightenment, cultural industry is deceiving people, so it is anti-enlightenment. And the happiness produced by the cultural industry for the masses is imaginary, and Adorno calls it as mass deception. And the next point is how media functions as an instrument of power and social control. And they were the first theorists who examined the fundamental roles of media in shaping thought and behavior, influencing politics and managing conscious behavior in the 20th century. The media produces the master's voice and it stands with the ruling class. The voice of the master or the rulers of the cultural industry transmits a message that all have to do with the ruling ideology. And cultural industry creates a feeling in the consumer that the media is adapted to people's own needs. The consumer never blames the cultural industry because they think or they are molded to believe that they can lead a happy life without cultural industry. Industry here means standardization of a thing, and here media has the power to standardize a thing, and each product of the cultural industry becomes its own advertisement. It takes advantage of the weaker classes by combining high culture and low culture and removes the boundaries between them. Culture industry propagates great personalities and operates with heartthrob, and they were not concerned about the quality or the story but purely based on the star value. Thus, a commercial exploitation of the mind of the masses is taking place in the name of cultural industry. And the cultural industry makes us believe that consumers are the king. Actually, it is not so. The concept of technique in cultural industry. The cultural industry is rooted in technology, and the techniques used to produce the art which result in lack of aesthetic autonomy. The real performance and media created performance is different. So, cultural industry is not concerned with the internal technique by the creator. Instead, what is happening? Only distribution and mechanical reproduction by external cutting, editing, and photography, etc., to satisfy the mindset of the masses. And art here only meant for profit making. A commodification of cultural forms or artistic products can be seen everywhere. Cultural industry eliminated the autonomy of work of art and its pure form. According to Walter Benjamin, pure art has an aura, something that has an inherent aesthetic value. And the presence of that aura, which is not present, a work of art is created to appeal the viewers and not concerned with values. They are trying to make people slaves by putting capitalist ideology unknowingly. The concoctions, which means a mixture of various ingredients of the cultural industry, neither guides for a blissful life nor a new art of moral responsibility. Rather, it stands for powerful interest. The total effect of the cultural industry, according to Adorno, is anti enlightenment, mass deception, and a means for fettering consciousness. And here ends our today's video. Next, I will be dealing with Angela McRobbie's postmodernism and popular culture.